Hello everyone, this is NYRM 1974 here. It's a beautiful day, but it's also a sad day for hunters this season. With the draconian laws, once again, that the governor's administration is imposing on the purchase of ammunition, which is now going to require a background check before you can even procure ammunition, even for hunting this season, it's going to present a lot of problems, once again, for gun owners. And it's just another measure that the Democrats are doing to restrict your rights and freedoms to gun ownership in the Empire State of New York. You got to ask yourself, when is it going to end? What I've noticed is a pattern of the Democrats trying to make New York like another California with restrictive gun rights. If you notice the correlation between the two states, there's a lot of similarities. You know, you have a Supreme Court ruling that said, okay, you have a right to carry outside of the home, but then the Democrats, Governor Hochul, New York City Mayor Adams, they just want to throw obstacles in your way. Like, for example, Times Square's gun-free zone situation there. I mean, they're telling you where you can and can't go with a gun, even if you have a license for it. Now this new development where they're pushing for background checks on ammunition purchases, and then they want to record how much ammunition you buy. Meanwhile, you have the criminal enterprises through their network of contacts that don't adhere to any laws. It doesn't apply to them. Criminals don't obey the law. They're going to go somewhere else. They're going to get the source. They're going to have their sources out there to procure guns and ammunition. But meanwhile, the law-abiding citizen has to be constantly stripped of their rights. What does it take for the Democratic left to realize what they're doing is wrong? What does it take for them to understand it's not going to work? You know, I don't need a lead weight to be dropped on me to know what's right and what's wrong. I mean, this is just And this is what I'm going to ask you. You as a New York resident, contact your elected officials in New York and tell them you oppose these measures that infringe on your right to keep and bear arms in the Empire State of New York. I mean, you pay your taxes there. You live a decent life for you and your family, and you have the right to self-protection. And you have the right to purchase a firearm or purchase ammunition without this additional layer of restrictions. What is it going to do? Nothing. Is it going to curb crime? No. It's not going to stop crime. It's not going to stop criminals. First of all, in New York alone, for you to buy ammunition, you must have a permit. Okay? It isn't like buying a stack of ammunition like a loaf of bread at a grocery store. It doesn't work that way. You want to buy ammunition in New York, you have to have a gun permit, whether it be a shotgun rifle permit or a pistol permit. So now they want to, on top of this, impose a background check. You already been investigated for a gun permit. Okay? You already went through your FBI, your NICS, and everything. So, again, they want to do another background check. You know what this is? Bureaucracy. They just want to charge you an extra fee. And again, where's that money going to? They're going to charge you a background check. Where's that money going to? Who's going to benefit from it? It's ridiculous. Call your elected officials and oppose it. Put pressure on the governor and oppose it. It's not going to work. We already have an existing law in New York. For you to get ammo, you need to have a permit, plain and simple. It's just like Connecticut. If you want to buy ammunition in Connecticut, it's the same thing. You have to have a permit. If you don't have a permit, they're not going to sell you anything. So the criminals are not going to be able to get ammunition. I'm telling you, call your elected officials and oppose these measures that infringe on your right to keep and bear arms in the state of New York. Because I'm going to tell you, it's ridiculous. Fight for your rights. Fight for your rights. Support Gun Owners of America. Support the New York Rifle and Sportsman's Club. Support advocate groups that are fighting for your rights to keep and bear arms. I'm telling you, it's getting out of hand. They're doing everything they can to strip you and control you. I'm warning you. Fight for your rights. They're trying to make the United States like another Australia. It's not going to happen. This is not Australia. This is not New Zealand. This is the United States of America. And it's your country. So I'm going to tell you, fight for your rights. Now, this is NYRM 1974 signing off. And I'm going to tell you, I'm doing my part to fight for my rights. I hope you are too. Train hard, win the fight, support the Second Amendment, support the United States Constitution, and support local law enforcement and city law enforcement. They're doing a tough job with all this political baloney out there. Support your police.